Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I told my friend Joe I stole that from Welcome Back Cotter, which is true, but I like that little opening. Here we are on episode 32, Fantastical Fundraiser. We're going to talk about a very special event that's going down in Shepherdstown on October the 26th, a very noble and worthwhile cause. I have two incredible guests, and I'm going to pass this to my first guest. And Eric, as I said before, the reason I do this is so I don't fuck people's names up. So I'll pass to you.
I'm Eric Briglia. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, share why you're here and who you are, please.
Well, we're here to play some music. This is actually both of our first podcast, as far as I'm right, yeah. Jess?
I think so.
Yeah, this is definitely my first podcast. So, yeah, it's just good to be here.
You're a drummer. You play drums with
Yes.
Crystal Receiver.
Yes.
Let me ask you before we go to Eric, how long have you been playing drums?
Oh, I think I've been playing drums for maybe just over 20 years now.
Cool.
I lost count.
We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit further on in the show. Next, would you like to introduce yourself, guest?
Yeah. So I'm Jess Cantley. I am one half of Crystal Receiver. I play guitar and sing. Love writing songs. Been writing songs my whole life. I've got a musical family, an artsy family, and and everywhere I go, I try to keep doing the same kind of thing, writing songs and loving it.
And you are a friend of the channel. Nick pointed out that you participated in one of our most legendary shows. I mean, in some ways, it was an absolute total fucking failure.
Nightmare.
But it was the coolest thing ever. The Dead of Winter Music Festival coming out of COVID at the Apollo Theater. You performed in that. We've been friends. I've seen you perform several times. So it was kind of exciting to see you in something different and new. So this is really cool. So, Nick, let's scroll through this post by Mackenzie, and let's take a look at each one of the images, if you don't mind, in the post. This is Mackenzie with her, I think it's boyfriend, Wayne Snow, a local musician and very active in the music scene. Can we look at the X-ray? Can you click on that? Ooh. This is, I think this is where she's at with, like, she's had one surgery and this one is for another one.
It'll be a long recovery.
That looks rough.
Yeah, that's Wayne and Mackenzie. And, we wish them well. So let's go ahead and pull up, Nick, if you don't mind. Let's take a good look at the fantastical. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about our GoFundMe first. Yes, we have a GoFundMe. A lot more information on the GoFundMe. We encourage everyone watching the show, coming out and supporting, to please, support this, support Mackenzie's critical hip surgery and recovery. This is her GoFundMe. So a horrible thing, and I wish her a speedy recovery, and I hope everything can go well. So you guys are part of a very important fundraiser.
It's such a beautiful thing to see all these musicians and artists coming together to, yeah, it is a horrible thing. And it's sad that, to a point that it takes kind of this for all of us to team up and get together and have some fun, Yeah. I'm glad we get the chance.
Yeah. It is. I'm glad to be a part of this.
The date is Saturday, October the 26th, 12 to 8, the Timber Frame Folly in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Eric, let's talk about a few of the acts that you're aware of that are performing on that day. Tell our audience who else is on the bill and who you would encourage them to come out and see.
I'm honestly not the person to ask
All right,
that
I'll
question.
ask.
I'm sorry. I am not. I think
Well,
Jess
we
would know
were
better
just
than
talk-
me.
Eric
I
doesn't
yeah.
get out a lot.
I don't.
Well, he
I
will.
don't, and you're gonna find that out right now. Sorry.
Let's talk about Jade Trimba and Lady Hatchet, right?
Yeah, well, Lady Hatchet is not going to be there. Jade is going to be performing with
okay,
someone
good.
else, and that's just the thing about Jade is an incredible bassist,
Yes.
singer, songwriter, and just fits like a glove in any musical group. And all that being said, we've never met, but you see Jade. I've seen
I love
Jade,
Jade. Yeah,
for like
we
6
know
years
Jade.
online.
Yeah.
Just a powerhouse in the music community as we know it. Wayne Snow, obviously, I think he's closing the night out with a set.
Good.
He plays with his band Howling at the Earth,
Good.
and we just saw Wayne. Me and Eric did after an open mic a couple Sundays ago. Went down to Stoney's and saw him playing, and he brings a heck of a show.
Oh yeah, he was sounding great.
Yeah, he's a very talented young man. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the show that you have coming up on October the 25th at Bad Habits. You're going to be playing with Kellen Miller, Michael Maverick, Rich Moxley, and Bert Hall. That is actually a really good lineup.
Bert Hall, I love Bert.
Yeah, me too. Fantastic. We're friends with Rich Moxley. We've seen him several times. Michael Maverick's been on the show a couple of times, and we've known Kellen since he was 16. So we definitely will hopefully come out and support you on Saturday, October the 25th. You going to make it out to that, Eric?
I think so. If I'm not working, I definitely will.
Oh, good, good. And so let's talk about your band. We have a video that let's set the video up. Jess, I'll go with you. Set this video up, and then Eric, you share your thoughts on the video, and then you said it's roughly about 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
We'll play it.
So this thing is this is a 4-minute video of a 2-hour house concert that we shot with our friend John Labovitz and Khalil Nazar. Video the whole thing, and it was kind of just like we got this small collection of friends to come over just to experience this night. And we wanted, the reason that we even did the thing is because when we go to, I've personally emailed about 100 venues this year just to be like, hey, I'm a musician. I'd love to book with you guys. And what you get back, if you get back anything, is, okay, show us some content. Show us people at your shows enjoying the thing. And, you know, there are things I could send, but it's like just me. And so it's a big bummer. So I thought, you know what, why don't we set up this house show, have a couple of close friends come, because it was a small house at John Labovitz's house. He's got a beautiful place on the mountain of Tuscarora, and his house is purple, actually. So you see that in the frame. But yeah, we shot this thing. It took us 2 hours. Dog Sons, Charlie, Ray, and Omar Richardson opened for us. Put on a crazy good acoustic. I mean, they just have such a good sound. Acoustic guitar and violin or viola and banjo. Two guys, so many instruments. And then we played for about an hour and a half, and it was a great first show. It was kind of just the debut of Crystal Receiver, which was awesome, you know, and shot really well, recorded really well, and we got that thing mixed by my friend Javier in Nashville, working at Old Red's Bar. He's a sound engineer there, so felt like it was in good hands with him. And yeah, dropped it on YouTube, and now I can clip it up and send it out as like the EPK that you have to have. You know?
Right.
So hopefully we can work our way into like Baltimore, DC, maybe as far as New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would prep it as.
Eric, your thoughts on the video?
Well, you mean the whole video or
The 4 minutes that we're going to look at. Yeah.
Well, it's all cut up a bit, but it was a really great experience doing that. And honestly, Jess put his heart and soul into doing everything that he did to set up. He made an awesome backdrop that you'll see in the video of a crystal receiver.
Which means radio, by the
Yeah, it's a
way. If
radio,
anybody
okay.
has a
Yeah.
question about that, it's just the first radio ever made. Had a little crystal in it to gather the frequency. So
That's
your
awesome.
crystal receiver.
Yeah.
Let's play it, Nick. Oh, okay. Got a glitch in the
Another glitch in the matrix.
Matrix. All right.
And video. If you guys see the back table back there, make your way there anytime during the night, write down your email, and we can send you audio and video of the night as a digital download. I wish we could just print tapes for you tonight, but that'll be next show. We'll be like Jack White and Third Man Records and just print them on the spot. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. So yeah, I'm gonna do something here real quick and we're gonna kick it off. So tonight, opening the show, we've got Dog Sons, which are Charlie and Omar. Let's give them a round of applause.
Just dying for sure. But I say what I want. I caress those hands when I touch them, say
No, it's just a mirage, and I can't camouflage how it feels to have to pivot in a minute, in a minute, gonna push you past the limit. My day is night. I can't get right till you slow me down. My left is right till you slow me down. My day is night. My day is night. I ain't no extra, baby. I'm a lead man. My parole officer, he proud of me. In my old 88 and the devil on a leash. My old 88 and the devil on a leash.
I'm growing something here. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm proud of you. How old are you? 30.
You're just a baby.
Nice. Do you guys want to plug any of your social media, or how can people follow Crystal Receiver?
Well, it's work in progress, but we have started a Instagram under Crystal Receiver Band. It might be Crystal Receiver Band, or, but I'm Jess Cantley with 2 Y's on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube and all the dark corners of the internet.
Yeah. What about you, Eric? You want to plug in?
I am not really out there. But you can find me through Crystal Receiver, and if you actually type my name in YouTube, a lot of my old band stuff comes up too, and we have a pretty cool Song of the Week channel that we used to do. So there's a lot of good music you can hear there, but yeah, really through Crystal Receiver is where you're gonna find me now. But I'm gonna change that probably.
Before we
get
get into the little bit more conspiracy theory part of the show, I want to ask. You said you've been playing drums for 20 years. I'm always curious with artists and musicians how it began, right? How your creative journey begins. You know, how you become fascinated with music. What leads to that?
Well, my dad played a lot of music, and we listened to a lot of really good music growing up, so that was definitely a big part of it. And my dad plays guitar, and my parents were very supportive of me wanting to play music, which I loved from a very young age. I think I remember kind of falling in love with some recording of, it was like Jerry Garcia and David Grisman or something doing Shady Grove, and I remember that was my favorite song as a kid. I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan, but that I always loved that and the Beatles and Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and all that good stuff. So that kind of spun my head around, and I've been chasing it ever since.
I definitely got that. I could feel that influence in what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was great. I really,
thanks.
That I was almost gonna make a joke about. I felt like I was a RFK at one of the Dead shows, like 89 or something like that. You know,
Cool.
It was, I love the layers of the music that you guys have going on. I really think that's awesome. Jess, same question for you. I've known your passion for music and performing for a long time now. Where does that come from?
I think it's an outlet like most people. I don't know. I think I started for a completely different reason than I play now. Now it feels more like purpose and meaning and questions. Like, where can I go for all of the crises and chaos in my life? Like, where is that being channeled? But I definitely started because of my dad too. And we were always a church-going family, and the church was the only stage that I was ever gonna land on. So I remember like playing my first gig was a Sunday morning, and I got up there with an acoustic guitar and played the D chord. I went from like D to, with my pinky, the D sus.
Fancy.
It was so lame.
The truth is, we were really just trying to get girls to like us.
That's basically what it boils down
That was
to.
the whole entire motivation. We lied about all that purpose and stuff on that meeting. I'm just kidding. It really is about all that for us, of course.
That's awesome. I love I love to talk about the creative journey. You know, we all have our creative journey. It all starts somewhere.
It's definitely been a journey.
And I thought for fun, you know, we do this. We haven't done it in an episode or two, but we try to put a little conspiracy theory thing in there. So I thought we would take a look at Isaac Asimov, one of the most prolific writers of science fiction writers of the late 20th century, and what you would call a futurist. So we're in the age of robotics. Nick, let's play about 3 minutes of our first video, please.
Dr. Isaac Asimov, professor of biochemistry at Boston Medical School and a leading science fiction writer, has written a great deal about the sociological implications of robots. He has formulated laws for their behavior. He calls them the 3 laws of robotics.
The first law is as follows. A robot may not harm a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2, a robot must obey orders given it by qualified personnel unless those orders violate rule number 1. In other words, a robot can't be ordered to kill a human being. Rule number 3, a robot must protect its own existence. After all, it's an expensive piece of equipment. Unless that violates rules 1 or 2. A robot must cheerfully go into self-destruction if it is in order to follow an order. or to save a human life. Now, these laws are sufficiently ambiguous so that I can write story after story in which something strange happens, in which the robots don't behave properly, in which the robots become positively dangerous, perhaps, through some not exactly misinterpretation, but through some odd application.
You can go ahead and
of
break
the
it down,
three
Nick.
rules.
Jess, I'm going to start with you. When I asked you to be part of this and have the conversation, your thoughts on the 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah. I like the laws. He said they were sufficiently ambiguous so that he could kind of have a antagonist in his stories. But those 3 laws, pretty succinctly safe sounding,
I think they left them back in the 20th century, to be quite frank. Eric, your thought on the 3 laws of robotics and Isaac Asimov?
Well, I think that's a good starting point for those 3 laws. And kind of like Jess pointed out, though it's sufficiently ambiguous that you can have a lot of room for story after story to be involved. But, well, I don't know. It's the whole robots thing. It's still a little bit scary because I feel like it's the kind of thing that could get out of hand and you could lose control over if you're not very careful.
And has.
Look,
Yeah.
It
makes me a little nervous.
when I watched this, like I was thinking, I looked at it as naive, right? It's naive. I watched this video of this technology that they're now using in the war between Ukraine and Russia, right? They set these drones, them. Then the drone, which is run by AI, it's a robotic drone. It detects movement. It sees where a human, it knows. And then that robot picks up and it goes and kills its target. So it's like a landmine that can literally up and fly. So I listened to those and I think that, there's beauty in it. And I'm sure that it reassured most of the 20th century that things would be great. But then we remember who runs the world.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's very hands-off warfare. Like we used to get our hands bloody. And now it's almost just like, no, we press this button and our problems are gone.
Yeah. It's so easy to ignore it, right? Yeah. And you just kill thousands and thousands of people and not feel like you did anything, I guess, because it's amazing to me that anyone could ever do that. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's
there's even one of the technologies that they use are called first person or whatever. So they actually have people that fly them, right? And they watch through these goggles, and it's
So it's like a video game, but real.
Yes, but real.
Playing with people's lives.
Yeah. A horrible use of technology. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next clip we have.
We have not solved the problems that face us today, then I would say 500 years we'll see a world containing a technological civilization in ruins, in which there will be a relatively small number of human beings sort of surviving, and with New York City as the most magnificent ruin in the history of the human race. If we succeed in solving our problems today, then 500 years now we can well be living in a kind of utopia, a world with a relatively small population, carefully husbanding their resources, with a working colony on the moon and perhaps on Mars, reaching out to the entire solar system, taking advantage of advances in technology we now can't even imagine, living under conditions which, when they look back on the present, they will be horrified and wonder how we could have survived.
All right.
Interesting.
So that's him looking at the future. I think that's from like the 60s or the 70s. That's, again, the 20th century. So here we are in the early first quarter of the 21st century. And what's your view of where we're at? I'll start with you, Eric. Are we going for utopia? Or, what's in our future? What do you see? You're the futurist.
I really can't say. I am optimistic, even though a lot of bad things are going to happen, because they are happening. So it's undeniable that a lot of horrible things are going to happen. And I just hope that we don't need to learn the hard way as a human race, and that it'll get so bad that it'll be beyond the point of no return. I think that we may have, I don't know where it'll come from, but just the good nature in a lot of people, my optimism says that it will prevail and there will be somewhat of a balance, and we'll find a way to go on. And that technology can be used to make the quality of life go up drastically. Like we can do amazing things. We can build amazing things. We can experience amazing things. But for me, how do I put this? At least personally, I'm not so much interested in like technological gains. Like I think that we still have a lot of learning to do about ourselves. And paying so much attention to the external world. It's not that it's not important. Like the people that are kind of built for that and have that kind of genius should do that. But I don't think it's really all going to go in one outer direction. I think we have to grow inwardly as well. And if a lot of us do that and really get to know ourselves and as human beings what we really have in us, and the technology expands and those two things can work in harmony together, then it'll be a very beautiful future. And we can get past some of the horrible shit, hopefully.
Yeah, it's always good to have hope, hope and an optimism. Jess, your thoughts on that last clip that we watched?
Yeah, and to echo a lot of what you said, I do think like the relationship we have with ourselves and others is so much more important than the crap we surround ourselves with. I also think that like the innovating and the technology, like what was the first technology? Like an axe or like the wheel, like a wheel, knife to cut wheat, a
stick.
Like these things help us to a point until that same knife that cuts the wheat cuts the throat of our brother, right? We live on the land of the 800,000 plus people dying in the Civil War in the nation that we built together, right? Like these juxtapositions are crazy, but I think like Eric, like Isaac, am an optimist, and I do see a challenge, but a righteous challenge of like not letting these things control us and using them to help each other. Yeah.
Good. I like that. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at our last clip here, Nick.
If God is dead, everything is permitted. That's what scares them.
Well, on the contrary, that assumes that human beings have no feeling about what is right and wrong. Is the only reason you are virtuous because that's your ticket to heaven? It seems to me that it's insulting to human beings to imply that only a system of rewards and punishments can keep you a decent human being. Isn't it conceivable a person wants to be a decent human being because that way he feels better, because that way the world is better? I would like to think, I don't believe that I'm ever going to heaven or hell. I think that when I die, there will be nothingness. That's what I firmly believe. That does not mean that I have the impulse to go out and rob and steal and rape and everything else because I don't fear punishment. For one thing, I fear worldly punishment. And for a second thing, I fear the punishment of my own conscience. I have a conscience. It doesn't depend on religion.
Jess, I'm going to go with you first and then to Eric. Your thought on that clip, and that was one I picked. I admire your mind, right? I like your mind. We've had great conversations, creative conversations. I love your sense of humor, but you have a fantastic mind. So your thoughts on that?
I love those words. I love a different perspective. How boring the world would be if we all thought the same. But something that I agree with Asimov there on is like the chorus of a song, oh, how important it is to be here now. Me and Eric have talked about you know, all kinds of things about like life and death. And we've got a song about I used to wonder where I'd go when I die, but now it's like, man, whatever happens, where are we now? Like what matters right now? And I totally agree with how selfish to think, you know, all of this right here is totally secondary. Not to shame anyone for believing what they believe about what happens next, but I know I don't know. I know that this here now, what I can change is what I should change, and so I totally love the idea of, you know, do I not have a conscience? Do I not fear the things that society will judge or punish me for doing wrong? And not only that negative outlook, but also what are the things that I can benefit society doing? Those thoughts kind of putting a clock on your life and knowing death is coming sort of challenges me to make every second count.
Eric, your thought on the clip?
I'd say I agree with what he said, because I've heard that argument that say without religion, like everything would just evolve and people would do horrible things, and there's some truth to that. Maybe like if you don't have a conscience, that well, I don't know if like your belief in God will, if you throw that out the window, that you'll just start doing horrible things. I mean, if you don't have a conscience, though, trying to just put these words together. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
I had profound thoughts about this, right? If anything, I really felt as if Asimov was wrong, right? And I liked that it's Bill Moyer. I've always considered myself an atheist and agnostic all my life, but for the first time, that's really begun to be challenged. And I look at the state of our world, and I'm deeply my country. I'm deeply concerned about the direction of my country, where I can see that life has become so valueless, and people will kill each other over nothing. I mean, nothing. And that it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. But for the first time in my adult life, I've at least questioned deeply held beliefs. So that's a positive thing, you know. I don't know. I'm concerned about people. One of the most important things to me has always been the value of human life, right? I never want to take a human life. I never want. I wouldn't want my life to be taken. I've had 2 family members who were murdered. I think it's one of the most horrendous things that a human being can go through or experience. So we've got to have that value in life, right? Like there has to be some setting of a moral compass. And I really,
if life isn't sacred, what is?
Yes. Start with that basic premise.
Human life is definitely sacred. And definitely valuable, and people should not kill each other.
People should not kill each other.
No matter what, not over ideas or I want this. You have to make a compromise at some point. Of course, you can't just let people who are acting in evil ways just take over and run. In that case, you have to stand up for it. And you should never be happy. Like if you had to kill someone in self-defense or in war, like because you're being attacked and someone's going to impose their way of life on you, and it's not a good way of life, it's not something you should celebrate. Even if you win that war, you should mourn the loss of your enemies.
Yes. I don't know. It's a crazy time. I hope the young people have a bright future. I hope things that we're able to work out very complex issues in our society. And it's always fun to have conversations like this. And it's always fun to look at how people like, the leading science fiction writer of the 20th century viewed the future that we're now living in.
How spot
it's
on.
Our future. He predicted it. Here we are in it. So I did this for fun. And what's that? The last song we have?
The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. He was.
I love that song. right, so here's my joke I'm going to give to you guys, right? You can pull it down, Nick. I'll put up $50 each to donate to the cause if you two are willing to perform your set in Shepherdstown in red MAGA hats. I'll drive to Berkeley Springs tonight and I'll buy the hats.
Don't do it to us, Don.
Yeah, don't do it. Sorry. I just don't look good in red. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just, play that song one more time, Nick. It's a great song. No, that was meant as a joke because we all know how polarized things are right now. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was thinking about that for 2 days now. I'll offer $100.
That's pretty good.
The whole set.
It's going to cost a lot more than that, my friend.
Thanks, you guys. Everyone stick around for their live musical performance. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. Again, please subscribe to the channel, watch our content, like the show, share the show, and support what we're doing. We're adding the music element to the show as often as possible. We're doing our most complicated recording this evening with Crystal Receiver, my friends Jess Cantley and Eric Briglia, who are performing. Let me plug the Fantastical at the Fantastical Fundraiser in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, on Saturday, October 26, 2025, from noon to 8 o'clock at the Timber Frame Folly, 301 Big Oak Drive, Shepherdstown, West Virginia. We've done the whole show on the fundraiser. There's a lot online. It's a very good cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to my friend's Crystal Receiver.
This is a song called Still on the Line. Like you beat me to the best part of the joke. Like you're burning up your last one and it all went up in smoke. Like the world is in your head. Thank you. This one here is called Roll. This one here is called
I Want More.
This one is called I Want More. chance is given. So many faces I hope I someday see again. We can always try and start again. Try and make something happen, or distract ourselves with talk of how we're still friends. But I prefer it ended it firm. I lose hands to the one who will and always understands. Truth is a blur, every impulse that go around sharp ends. Found myself with dirty hands. Ooh, you back before you lost control. Ooh, what's true back before you looked my soul. Thank you guys. This next one is called Roll On. You can do everything right, still end with a consequence. If I well or even allude to your sense, I'm in the wrong, you get trapped in our continents. But you make it up to me down the road, pretend it was an accident, lighten my load. 'Cause I just wanna make it home. I know I'm alone, but not on my own. Red light blowing through a stop sign, waving your hands in the air like you just don't care. Signal blinking right and my brakes working fine. My defense has been prepared. You roll on without a care.
was awesome,
Dudes, thank you for
gentlemen.
letting us do
Oh
that.
my God. Oh, incredible musicianship from both of you guys. Eric, absolute pleasure seeing you play for the first time. That was phenomenal. Nick, what was your thoughts real quick? Top notch. That was some good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Receiver. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Nick, you want to close us out? Well done.